Hi, everybody. Welcome to our 31st episode of
Maughter Podcast.
That was good.
Thanks.
I am Claudia, my mother. This is Polly, she's daughter. I told her that we're going to start our thingy by saying, like, in different languages, we're going to be like, I'll be like, saludos a todos. Bienvenido a Maughter Podcast. And we're going to do, like, bonjour, mon ami. And then we're going to do it like...
I said no.
Yeah. I thought it'd be fun, something different, but somebody doesn't like the idea. Welcome.
Because we sound too Canadian.
Yeah. Welcome to the 31st episode. We're super excited to be here. Woo woo! We are going to be... By the way, how was your week, kiddo?
Boring?
We live such exciting lives.
I know. I didn't really do much.
No. Neither did I.
No. Oh, we saw Maria dance.
Oh, yeah. Maria
Canada
danced.
Day.
She performed in Canada Day with her Chilean group. That was nice. She did really good, eh? The group did really good. I was really happy. They were saying that they did because they practiced on a big stage, like a bigger area, but a lot of the parents were saying like they did really, really good considering the stage was smaller.
So small.
Yeah, it was half the size of what they were normally practicing with, but they did really good considering that.
Yeah.
So that was really good. Yeah, we were happy about that.
You should take that into consideration when they're practicing.
Yeah, it was a little bit difficult.
Because there was like a drum set in the way and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and now I'm just prepping for her birthday next week.
Yep.
So, it's exciting.
She's going to be old.
She's going to be 8, my lucky number. Which means this year's going to be amazing.
Yeah, okay.
After she turns 8. And then she turns 9, it's all back to booing. So this week we are talking about male, kids, serial killers, but boys, because last week we did girls.
Yeah, we can't really call them serial killers because none of them are like...
Yeah. Murderers?
Murderers,
Kid
yes.
murderers? Yeah.
Killer kids.
Killer kids, that's what it is. Killer kids. But boy version this time, because we did girl version last time.
And then I have one more, because boys are, like, hard to... I don't know, there's not much info except, like, news articles.
Yeah, because you were saying that because they're minors, they don't really give you those details.
Yeah, a lot of them are minors. So on Wikipedia, it just says, unnamed boy.
Oh, yeah.
Unnamed boys. And then that's it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have any other information because of their age. It's a media.
Then how come they do the girls?
Well, the 3 girls I told you about were, 2 of them were old, like really old, like 1800s, remember?
Yeah.
And then the other one, I think because now she's over age.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know if her name was released. It depends on the crime and what the judge says. So
yeah, makes sense. Okay. All right, so who are we going to start off with today, kiddo? Indulge me. Educate me on killing
Mason
kids.
Sisk.
Okay.
He's 18.
Now? Or at the time of the murders?
At the time.
Okay.
But like I said, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
You know. This is just from an article. So, he lived in Alabama. He was 18.
Okay.
He shot his parents and 3 younger siblings in the head on September 2nd, 2019.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. He was 14 at the time of the crime.
Wow.
And 18 when he was convicted. The judge said the crime was ghastly, disturbing, and draped in unmitigated evil. The life sentence came after Sisk was convicted of 4 counts of capital murder for killing his father, John, 38, adoptive mother, Mary, 35, and younger siblings, Kane, 6, Rory, 4, and Colson, 6 months.
Aww.
The jury had deliberated for less than 2 hours.
So, do you notice that a lot of these people kill their siblings? And they're always younger? Like, it's just sad. Aw, Polly, look at the little baby.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
sad.
how, like, you must not have
A soul? Or
Yeah.
Like, how do you...
a heart at
like,
all.
they're 6 and 3, and they're tiny.
I know.
They're, like,
6
little.
months old? I can't even imagine.
No. Like, what is in your brain that would possess you to do something like that to a baby? Like, any child, regardless.
Yeah.
That's sad. Okay, continue on. Sorry. Give you my side input.
So he was ineligible for the death penalty because he was under 18 when he murdered his family.
Okay.
And in Alabama, they still have the death penalty. Before the sentencing, members of the deceased family victims gave impact statements. Mary Sisk's brother, Douglas, said, "On September 1st, 2019, I came home with gifts for everyone, including you, Mason. Instead of seeing the happiness on their faces, I had to put those gifts in caskets." Mary Sisk's sister, Katie, told Mason his nanny didn't believe he was the killer until the evidence was in front of her face. Katie said, "How could her first grandson murder her family? She had a heart attack and later died from cardiac arrest. I do not know if I'll ever forgive you, but I do grieve the loss of you. The child Mason I knew died the day you murdered them."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they say why he did it?
They said he was a needy kid and that he stayed in his room a lot. There have been allegations that Mason was mistreated by John. That may be true, except he took it out on the whole family. Video footage from Sisk's confession to the murders showed him admitting to the killing of his family because he was fed up of all the fighting in his family.
What's a 6-month-old child going to fight about?
I know. Yeah, that's about it. He's still in prison.
What was his sentence again?
He was sentenced. Life in prison.
Wow.
I know, right?
That was short and very, very sad. Like, super sad.
I have another one. Give me 1 second. This one's extra sad. Okay, this one's about Amarjeet Sada. He's supposedly the youngest actual serial killer.
Oh, wow.
He was born in the village of Maughter in Bihar, India. His parents struggled to make ends meet, and Amarjeet was 7 years old when they had a baby girl, meaning a fourth mouth to feed. He was somewhat of a loner, but enjoyed activities such as climbing trees, roaming the local area. I mean, what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, right. You're 7.
So his aunt came to visit.
Mm-hmm.
She found a job in the city and wanted to leave her child with the family.
So another mouth to feed?
Yeah, but while she was at work.
Mm.
While she settled into her new job. After she departed for the city, Amarjeet's mother needed to go to the local market to buy food, leaving him to look after his cousin as well as his younger sister.
Okay.
According to CrimeWire, he started to pinch and slap the baby, which began to cry, which he found amusing. For some reason, he then began to raise the bar and put his hands around the baby's throat to stop its breathing. Once again, the infant began to cry as it gasped for air. After killing his cousin, Amarjeet buried the baby under grass and returned home. His mother was shocked when he later confessed to what he had done to her. His father physically punished him for the act. They did not involve the police and concocted a story for the aunt.
Oh my gosh, they didn't even tell the truth.
Amarjeet's next victim was his 8-month-old sister, who he strangled as his parents slept. According to his uncle, some family members were aware of the crimes, but they were considered family matters.
Wow.
The incidents went unreported until Amarjeet killed the third baby in 2007. The alleged victim was 6-month-old baby girl named Khushbu. The baby's mother, a neighbor, told police that she had left her daughter sleeping at a primary school, and the baby was missing when she returned. A few hours later, Amarjeet reportedly admitted that he strangled the tot and hit her with a brick. He then led villagers to the spot where he buried her. The young boy was taken away by police and admitted to the murder of his sister 3 months earlier and his cousin a year earlier. Inspector Shatrudan Kumar said the killings had been carried out in identical manner. Once in custody, police said he smiled a lot, but he did not speak. According to the Times of India, a psychologist at the time said the young boy was a sadist who derives pleasure from inflicting injury.
Wow.
Now, he's under Indian law, a child cannot be sent to prison. Instead, they detained him at a children's home until he turned 18. After undergoing psychiatric tests, it was believed he was suffering from conduct disorders. The boy was reportedly placed in a home in the town of Maughter. It is understood that he was released at the age of 16, although his current whereabouts are unknown. Amarjeet will be around 23 years old as of 2023, and he's living his life under a new identity. And this was just in 2007.
That's insane and disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Right?
So they're going to trial him as an adult when he turns 18?
No. Because what happened when he was a kid.
I wonder what he's doing now.
They can't send a kid to prison.
Oh, he looks like a sweet kid.
He killed 3 babies.
I know. I'm saying he looks like one. Yeah, that's sad. Wow. Sorry, I'm just opening up a bag of Sour Patch Soothers, sucky things.
Sour Patch Soothers.
Is that right? Sour Keys? Sour Keys.
Okay, so that's sad. Kind of all I have.
That's all you have?
For the boys? Like, there's a lot of boys that kill kids. But I notice a lot of the ones that I look up are... I killed one of my parents. I killed both of my parents. I killed my grandma.
So basically I have to watch out for my kids killing me?
Well, if they have behavioral issues and you're having... Like, there's signs, right? A lot of parents just... My kid's weird.
Yeah.
He's a weird kid. He stays in his room a lot. He's just weird.
Yeah.
But that's not always the case.
Isn't like normal things like hurting animals or some of them?
Like for serial killers, yeah, like bedwetting until they're like 10, 12. Yeah. But that's mostly, like, the bedwetting is mostly caused by, like, trauma. Mm-hmm. Because it's like reoccurring nightmares, right?
Gotcha.
The inflicting pain on animals, younger kids, stuff like that. Like, I have no doubt that kid's gonna be a killer when he's older.
Yeah.
Like, he's 23. I have no doubt.
Yeah.
He's already got a bloodlust, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my kid, if there were concerns, you just tell me straight out my kid's psychotic.
Yeah, I would say, I would be like, this is weird, you need to get him checked out.
Yeah.
Like, for the sake of him.
What could they do? Like, what can they do to prevent that? Like, if you did say, like, let's say, son John is showing these symptoms, and you say, hey, you know what? My brother John is having some issues. I think you should get him checked out. Okay, yeah. But what are they going to do for him? Like, can they give him medication not to go crazy?
Not medication. They can... Well, I'm sure they put them on medication. Mm-hmm. But they do,
like
psych evaluations.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And a lot of them have either a low IQ or a really high IQ.
Okay.
Because they're either really smart. Like, a lot of serial killers have, like, grown men have really high IQs.
Yeah.
Like, what's his name? The tall one, Ed Kemper.
I'm like, the tall one. Do you know how many there are, probably?
No, he's the tallest one. My favorite. One of my favorites. Ed Kemper, he's, like, really smart. His IQ is insanely high.
Yeah.
And, like, they know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Or they're just really dumb. Like, the son of Sam, I don't know if you probably heard of him. But he had such a low IQ that when he was brought in for questioning and stuff, the police were like, somebody else put him up to this because he's not smart enough. And they think that there was actually an accomplice in the Son of Sam killings. Because,
really?
Yeah. Because of his intelligence.
Wow.
Yeah. So
what? Sorry, Candy should be eating when I'm doing this. So back to my question. What can they do for them?
Lots and lots of therapy.
But do you think that actually works for kids?
Yeah.
Is it proven?
No.
But you can...
Nothing's proven.
That's like pedophiles. They say, oh, they have lots of therapy and stuff like that. But, like, what is the point if they're still gonna hurt kids or they're still gonna kill? Like, what is the point of it then?
I don't know.
Is it just to ease a parent's mind or ease the whole society's mind that they're getting
Well, no,
help?
I'm sure, like, for young kids, let's say this kid's, like, 4 or 5, and he's displaying signs of, like, hurting animals and extreme aggression, and, like, he's, like, too smart for his own good.
Yeah.
That, at a young age, can be sidetracked, right?
You think so?
Yeah. Because they can still learn. Their brain is still developing. As kids, men, their brain doesn't stop developing until they're, like, 25.
Okay.
Fully. So, like, I'm sure they can be deterred. Taught right from wrong. Still at that age. Other signs that I've looked up, arson.
Okay.
Setting things on fire. Intelligence. Antisocial behavior.
Okay.
But a lot of people I could see nowadays, because it's so common, the antisocial behavior and, like, the escalating violence is
it not like the norm for kids nowadays, I feel?
Is on an autism spectrum. Right?
Yeah.
Like, whether it's what side of the spectrum it's on, but it's on there.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure that gets mixed up. Manipulation, substance abuse, obviously not for little kids, but I'm sure teenagers.
Right.
Fantasies and obsessions are really common. A lot of serial killers that I've listened to had, like, they would break, like, as young kids, like 10 to 13, they'd break into women's houses and steal their underwear.
Ew.
Yeah, like, it becomes an obsession.
Yeah.
Or there's this guy that would steal women's shoes because he was obsessed with feet and shoes.
I'd be like, my shoes!
Yeah, and it becomes I want to take it from you feeling, right? Head injury, obviously. Poor family life. Superficial charm, like Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
But he was very narcissistic. He was wired different.
Yeah.
Pathological lying, lack of empathy, and all these are, like, antisocial, not behaviors, but, like,
tendencies, kind of.
Yeah, like borderline personality disorder. Like, they all tie in narcissism, childhood abuse, nocturnal enuresis. What is that?
I was like, what's that?
Oh, it's bedwetting.
Oh,
I've just never heard of it like that.
The medical term?
Yeah. Like, just say urine. Don't say enuresis. And voyeurism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Manipulation. Kids manipulating at a young age. Pretty bad.
I think our kids be like, Mommy, I didn't do it, I swear.
Yeah, but that's a normal amount of manipulation, right? Not like, my dad touched me.
Yeah.
Just to get him out of the house.
Yeah, that's true.
I've heard of that.
That's horrible.
Yeah. There was a girl that I watched on Dr. Phil. She said that. She falsely accused her father.
That's a big accusation.
Or not her father, her stepdad?
That's still a huge accusation.
Yeah. And she was like 12, 13. She told the cops.
What?
And they charged him. And his life is completely ruined.
Yeah.
Because of that. And he went on Dr. Phil, took a lie detector test, did everything to clear his name.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's crazy.
gross. But that's like a level of manipulation you should not be knowing about at 12 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
You should not be thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's
definitely.
your parent.
Yeah, period.
That's your parent, whether it's a step parent or a regular parent. Crazy.
Wow.
I'm sure that happens a lot in, like, foster homes, too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because those kids come from broken homes, and yeah.
That's sad.
Anyway, I'm gonna have a sip of my Slurpee.
Sorry, we kind of drifted off on topic there. Now, you said you had found something else you wanted to discuss.
Yeah. I want to talk about Lucy Letby.
Okay, Lucy Letby.
Letby, yep.
Okay.
So, she was a former neonatal nurse. She worked in a NICU.
Okay.
She murdered 7 infants.
What?
And attempted to murder 7 others between June 2015 and June 2016.
That's like recent.
Yeah.
How did she kill these kids?
So basically, she would either give them too much insulin when they didn't need it. Okay, so normal hospitals, babies die in NICU. It happens. But these were like, that happens like 2 to 3 times a year normally. This
From natural causes, I'm assuming.
Yeah. This was like 3 to 4 a month.
Wow.
And the hospital that she worked at, they were so worried about...
Sorry, where is this from?
This is in Britain, England.
Okay.
Herefordshire. Just to make it more England. Yeah, so it was like 3 to 4 a month when she started working there. Like, right when she started working there.
Wow.
And the hospital was like, there's nothing wrong. Because they wanted to cover themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's a huge problem.
Yeah.
She would either give them insulin, or if you suck air up into a needle and you put it in a person...
Yeah, they die.
They die.
Yeah.
Goes to your brain, goes to your heart.
Yeah.
You die. Or you are very close to crashing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she murdered 7 kids. I'm not going to go through her, like, early life and education because I don't care. Well, she's not worth it. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, we're talking about her.
Yeah, to bring awareness.
Mm.
Obviously. And a guy was like, okay, I'm going to investigate all these deaths.
Yeah.
Because...
It's shady?
It's shady. And he lined up every death. Even when she switched from night shift to day shift, all the deaths lined up with every shift she was working. And he was like... And the hospital was like, oh, well, that's just a coincidence because she's been picking up so many shifts.
Yeah, to kill kids.
Right?
I remember when Maddie was born. I was taken to recovery, and Dad was with Maria. He was with her the whole entire time. Never left her side. And Alejandro too. When after I had Alejandro, I remember holding him, and I remember them taking him from me, and I'm like, babe. He's like, yeah. I'm like, go with the baby, and he's like, no, he's like, yeah, I'll go. He's like, I just want to make sure. I'm like, just go. Because I'm like, I was so scared because you hear all these things in the state. Like, of course, I'm sure it happens anywhere, but you hear all these horror stories in the States and whatnot. People switching babies or taking babies and this and that. I was so paranoid. Dan was with both kids the whole entire time.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't skip a beat at all. He was there the whole time watching over them. So I'm like, I was thankful that I was able to recover, just chilled.
Yeah, I think Riley was taken away once.
Yeah. My deal was when I was in recovery.
Yeah, when I was in
recovery.
recovery.
I had a recovery, yeah.
Yeah, they took her once. I can't remember what it was for. I think they were measuring something.
Yeah, they're just checking her out.
Yeah, her weight
her
and stuff.
Whatnot. Yeah.
Or not when I was in recovery, when I was, like, in a room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
they bathe them as well.
I was there for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have videos.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this was after that. I think they were weighing her. Because even when they did her, like, diabetes testing and stuff, I was there for that. They just did it all in the room.
I think Dan was there because I was kind of like, ooh.
But NICU's different, right? They're there for how long?
Yeah.
You can't be there every second of every day.
That's
you
true.
trust these people.
Yeah.
They're nurses. Why shouldn't you trust them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, when we had Maria, she was taken when I was in recovery, and Dan was there. And then after recovery, I had no idea what I had. Like, if we had a boy or a girl. And I asked the nurse, and she's just like, did your spouse tell you? Like, do you know? And she's like, I don't know. I can't look at the files. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So, like, okay, whatever. So, when, and Dan's like, babe, I told you like 6 times we had a girl. And I'm like, because he showed me Maria, and he's just like, it's a girl. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's good. He's like, how come you didn't tell me? And he's like, babe, I told you like 6 times. I'm like, sorry. And with Alejandro, yeah, because he was a COVID baby. So I think like just for security purpose, everyone was with their kids at the time. But like the recovery was different. It was a different room and everything was different. Like, it just felt very off.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because I was more further. I was at the very end of the line, but there was nobody beside me but the nursing station. Like the nurse is doing the checks, and the other one I was more closer to the nurse area. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, when I got out, they wheeled me to the room because Reese took her. Because he was in the operating room with me.
Yeah.
And then he took her up because I couldn't walk, obviously. I was still completely numb.
Yeah.
They wheeled me around. I could get used to that. Being wheeled around like that. I was like, it's nice.
That's too funny.
And yeah, they put me in the room, and like right outside my door was the nurse's station.
Mm-hmm.
And
I recovered in the like different area. I didn't recover in a room. I recovered in a room with like other people, kind of thing. Like we were all recovering, like divided by little things.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because mine was a COVID baby, but it was in December.
Yeah, no.
2021.
And see, we didn't even have. So Hunter was a COVID baby. We still had. Literally, this is when hospitals are shutting down. So I went in at 3, or before 3, like around half an hour, and your grandpa came. Ernesto came with Charisma and Corazon, and Carla came, and of course Dan was there the whole time because Marie was home with Kathy, with my mother-in-law, and Carla was going out for a smoke, and she's like it was from everyone was coming, literally, Polly, I swear, everyone was coming in the morning, and it got to 2:30, and they're like, the hospital's shutting down, and we're like, what? Like, this is during COVID. Like, literally when COVID was happening, hospitals were shutting down.
March 2020.
Yeah. And Hunter was born March 18th. And they're like, the hospitals are shutting down. Everything is changing per hour. And I'm like, what does that mean? And she's like, well, people can come in, but people can't come out. And this, and that. So Carla's like, I'm going to go for a smoke. And the lady's like, I'm letting you know now. If you go for a smoke, there's a 99% chance you cannot come back in this room. And Carla's like, okay. I think that was like the longest she's ever gone without a smoke, because she went in and did not leave until after I had, like, just when they were taking me into the rooms. And then after that, no one can come in. And it was weird, though, because this is the thing. We had Alejandro. We weren't allowed visitors. But the girl beside us had her support, which I think was her sister or aunt. And she's, like, saying that her grandma's going to come visit. And we were in a shared room during COVID. And I was just, like, very irritated because I just had Alejandro, and they were heavy smokers, and you could smell smoke. And you know me, I hate smells. Cat and smoke are two of my biggest things I don't like smelling. And I told Dan, I'm like, you need to go find us a private room, please, because I can't. I'm like, I will leave this hospital right now. And then he's like, okay, I'll talk to people. There's no room available. I'm like, okay, then you know what? Then you can bring in a nurse, because I'm going to lose my mind. I was tearing up. I was freaking out. And then Dan goes again, and he's like, listen to the situation. And then she's like, well, this is the thing. We can't change because of the bed, and we need the bed. I'm like, can't you just keep me in this bed and just roll me? And they're like, let me check. So they did. They just, because they couldn't waste the bed, which I get entirely, because beds are scarce to begin with. So they don't want to give me another bed because I just sat in this one, how long, blah, 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 the cleaning and the sanitizing and stuff like that, which is cool. And they're like, oh, we'll just roll you with, like,
duh.
Yeah, so they rolled me into a private room after that.
Yeah, my room was just, like, little.
Yeah, I had I had a huge room for Maria. Maria's room was big, and Alejandro's was, no, it's not average.
I had a big room that I think was meant for 2 people, because it was enormous.
Because they had to take out people for rooms because of COVID, right?
Yeah, when I first went in.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, you're getting a C-section, let's go.
Yeah.
And then I was put in a tiny room after that.
Yeah, because you were in the in between aftermath of COVID hitting and shutting down hospitals and stuff like that, right? Yeah. But I was literally in the midst of it.
I was supposed to wear a mask, but I could, like, barely breathe.
Yeah. So see, masks weren't even, and people weren't wearing masks when I was going in with the hospital. Yeah. But literally, she's like, the policies are literally changing every hour. Yeah. And that's like, Carla's like, go for a smoke. She's like, okay, I'm letting you know. She's like, okay, I'm staying. So she stayed. But yeah. Sorry, I think we drifted.
Yeah.
So
But
back
yeah,
to this crazy
so-
lady killing babies.
Yeah.
So
There
the investigator figured out that things were lining up, that it was with this specific nurse.
But the staff, a meeting took place, and the executive team of the hospital deemed the spike in deaths to be coincidental, and no substantial action was taken. Like, what? They thought, like, it might have been medication mix-ups,
Yeah.
too. And she would kill, like, there was 2 sets of twins that were in the NICU, and she would kill one and then try to kill the other.
Like, what do you tell these families? Like, what were the reasoning? Do they say, like, I want an autopsy?
She was just a killer.
But, like, what do you tell these families?
Even when it's an autopsy, you can't detect air in the bloodstream, right? You can't detect... I don't think you can detect that.
So what happened to the nurse?
Oh, she was found guilty.
How long did she
She was
get?
charged... I don't know.
You're just giving up and just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
She's done. We don't care about her anymore.
No.
I don't care.
I mean, I assume she got charged because her picture is a mugshot.
Yeah.
So there's evidence, blah, 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 blah.
What was the evidence? Just the timelines and that kind of stuff, or what? Or was there actual evidence, like physical evidence of this deaths of these kids?
So the mother of one of the victims described hearing her infant scream and walking in to find him with blood in his mouth and Letby in the room. She testified that Letby had attributed the blood to a nasogastric tube, saying, "Trust me, I'm a nurse." The baby's condition soon worsened and he died a few hours later.
Oh.
Letby later sent a sympathy card to the parents on the day of the baby's funeral. She did this all to get pity, sympathy, right?
Wow.
Or if a baby was crashing and she'd resuscitate it, to be a hero.
Isn't that like what's that called? That's like a thingy called. I can't remember what it's called when they're like, say people that you're killing kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. I can't remember what it's called. Upon Letby's arrest, it was found on her phone that she had photographed the card before she sent it and still kept pictures of it.
Why?
It was also revealed during the trial that Letby had to be told more than once not to enter a room where the parents or one of the victims was grieving. Letby told a colleague that taking a child to the mortuary was the hardest thing she ever had to do.
Angel of mercy. That's what it's called when you purposely harm someone to save their lives kind of thing.
Yeah.
These are babies though, like, you can't play a risk with someone so small.
The easiest target, right?
Right?
And NICU babies at that.
That's sad.
Between March and June 2016, another 3 babies almost died while under Letby's care. Towards the end of June, she was helping care for triplets.
Oh.
They had been in very good health, and deaths on consecutive days were causing staff considerable distress and shock. 2 of them died one died on one day, one died the next day.
Wow.
It was not the first time that twins or triplets had collapsed within 24 hours of each other under her care, as a pair of twins had experienced collapses on consecutive days in August of 2015. Only hours after one of the twins had died that month, the other became seriously unwell. During the police investigation and analysis of the blood sample, it was found that someone had intentionally poisoned the baby with insulin.
Oh.
The evidence had been missed for 2 years.
Wow.
The insulin, which had not been prescribed to the child, was identifiable as Pepsid that would be present in the specimen if the insulin had been produced by the baby. So, like, regular insulin.
Insulin that we produce?
Yeah.
As opposed to what she was injecting them with.
Hours later, his twin inexplicably collapsed while under Letby's care, but managed to survive after 30 minutes of resuscitation. It was believed that Letby had injected air into his bloodstream.
Ugh.
The prosecution also noted that, although by this point she was not supposed to work night shifts, Letby was caring for the next child, as she specifically volunteered to do an extra shift to care for her. Letby herself accepted at trial that the results showed that some victims had been deliberately injected with insulin and did not contest that someone must have administered it to them.
So she didn't deny it, basically.
2 of the medical expert witnesses described the insulin evidence as a smoking gun.
Wow.
Yep.
She's a wee bit cray-cray.
A pediatrician testified that he and other clinicians had previously raised concern about Leppy, but were told by the hospital administration that they should not really be saying those things, and to not make a fuss. Another doctor testified that Leppy commented to an hour before one victim died, "He's not leaving here alive, is he?" Although the consultants made their desire to have Leppy removed from duties known to the hospital staff after the triplet incident, that was refused the next day and another baby almost died under Leppy's care.
Wow.
Leppy was the only staff member on duty for every one of the 25 suspicious incidents. After her removal from duty and the downgrade of the unit to concentrate on lower risk babies, no further incidents were deemed suspicious.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Leppy, okay, this is her testimony, okay?
Okay.
Leppy herself gave evidence to the court in May 2023, breaking down in tears and claiming that she was made to feel as though she were incompetent but meant no harm. Leppy said that the allegations had negatively impacted her mental health, saying, "I don't think you can be accused of anything worse than that. I just changed as a person. My mental health deteriorated. I felt isolated from my friends on the unit." It was also noted that she repeatedly contradicted herself, muddled up her story, and became more and more frustrated with the prosecution's questions, which was unlike her usual calm demeanor.
Did you say why she did it?
It was that sympathy that she wanted. Like, oh, I was caring for this baby and it died. And then all the people in the unit are like, oh my God, that must be so hard for you.
Wow, that's disturbing. On
Yeah.
so many levels.
Final verdicts were returned by the jury on August 18th, 2023. Leppy was found guilty of 7 counts of murder of 7 babies. Excuse me.
And that was 2 hours to deliberate, you said?
No, that was a different one.
Oh, okay.
She killed them by injecting them with air, overfeeding them, because she would get them so overfed that they'd throw up and choke on their own puke.
Oh, those poor little souls.
Poisoning them with insulin and assaulting them with medical tools.
What?
I don't know about that part. She's the most prolific serial killer of children in modern British history. Leppy was also found guilty of 7 counts of attempted murder of 6 infants. Leppy was found not guilty on 2 counts of attempted murder. The jury was unable to reach a verdict on 6 further attempted murder charges. Nicholas Johnson asked the court for 28 days to consider whether a retrial would be sought for these 6 counts.
Wow.
She was sentenced to life imprisonment with whole life order, the most severe sentence possible under English law. So she doesn't get
no parole.
No parole. Yeah. You have no remorse. You're bordering on sadism. I don't think she's bordering. I think she's there. But yeah.
Wow, that's harsh.
The prosecution, this is what it says about motive. The prosecution in Leppy's case suggested boredom, thrill-seeking, and playing God as possible motives for the killings. They also alleged that Leppy had a secret relationship with a married doctor involved in some of the cases. As evidence, they cited Leppy's frequent texts to him on certain night shifts, as well as a piece of paper from Leppy's office where she had written the phrases including, "I trusted you with everything and loved you. You are my best friend, and please help me." Leppy denied all these suggestions, including the idea that she had a relationship with or crush on the doctor in question.
Wow.
A professor in criminology cites a hero complex as well. Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah, really gross.
I feel bad for those parents. Like, they didn't even get, like...
Feel bad for those little babies.
Well, yeah, of course. They didn't even get to start their lives. That's sad. That's messed up. That chick's a bit crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it for our topic today, hey?
Yeah, nice and sad for you guys.
Yeah, you make me depressed every single time we talk about these things. It's 2
You're
in a
welcome.
row now. Last week we did our sounds. No one guessed our sounds, or no one even attempted to guess our sounds. So thanks, guys. No shout out to those 2 people. We won't say the names because they didn't even try. You know who you are, you 2 listeners. That was the door, right? Locking of the door.
Yeah.
Of the door.
It was just deadbolt.
Yeah, deadbolt.
Walking of the door.
I have really great English skills. You know what I mean.
Okay, what's our sound?
Oh, yeah. Ready?
1 sec.
Okay, good?
Yep.
Okay, this is our sound. Guess it. Okay, we're going to do it one more time.
do it more than once.
Just once. One more time. Okay, that was our sound. We're going to play it back so we can make sure we can hear it. Okay, the sounded good, I guess. I guess it's good as it's going to sound.
I'm sorry, you guys. You're never going to get that.
Watch they do. Be like, what? Yeah, so we hope yourself...
We hope yourself.
We hope yourself, you so's. We hope you guys have yourselves a great Friday. And we will see you Are we here next week? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're here every week.
Yeah, we are here every week, aren't we? You know where to find us on the week. On this day week. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
I'm too tired for this life. I think that's everything.
And I think Claudia needs to go to bed.
Apparently. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't say or like.
Oh yeah.
Right. It was probably a Slurpee sound. Okay, so we hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday and a good weekend. And until next week, don't forget to guess our sound. And don't forget to...
Like, subscribe, comment, share. That poke hurts.
Sorry. I didn't need a poke. Oh yeah, that's a little red mark on your skin right there. I get a bruise there. Poke. Yeah. And because we are at our end of our suggestions that Carla suggested, don't be shy. Let us know what you guys want to talk about. Wait.
Want us to talk about.
Yeah. Polly got me. She cussed me. Okay.
Okay, bye.
We're going to let you go now. So, bye.
Bye.